Hey, it's Dave! Welcome to another episode of learning useless information and me leaving it up to you to make use of them. For this episode, the useless trivia will be about me, and I'll probably use this as an intro to the YouTube channel. Meh. But before we start, let me just say, congrats to us! We've reached 400,000 subscribers. Lol, JK, 400 subscribers. But hey, that's a start. If you're one of the 400 subs, thank you. And you're welcome to the family. We're glad that you have come to share your life with us as we grow in love. If you're not yet part of the 400 subs, then ano pang hinihintay mo? Tara, let's join us. Let's join us. Moving on, as I said, this video will feature useless trivia about me. So let's get the ball rolling by playing 4 Truths, 1 Lie, Among Us edition. So how does this work? There will be 5 characters and each one will tell you a fact about me. But there's one imposter among them. And you have to guess which one is telling the lie. So are you ready? Let's hear what Red has to say. You know the band Munimuni? You see their logo? That's Dave's handwriting. Now let's hear it from Orange. Dave is super cool, man. He even tried skydiving for free. Okay, si Yellow naman. Yo, eto talaga. Not everybody knows this, but Dave owns a pair of Spider-Man underwear. Green? Here's the T on Dave. He was almost arrested in another country. Last but not the least, Aqua. What I know about Dave is that it took him 3 tries to pass this major subject back in college. So now you've heard their truths about me. It's time for you to decide which one is the imposter. Ako gumawa ng sariling sound effects. Lock in na, lock in. Final answer. Alright, now that you've locked in your final answer, let's discuss. Starting with Red. You know the band Munimuni? You see their logo? That's Dave's handwriting. If you're familiar with Munimuni, kakalimutan na kita. Siguraduhin mong hindi talaga pwedeng tayo. Yes, that's Munimuni. And what Red said is actually true. Back in 2014, I started doing calligraphy stuff, and then I doodled the word Munimuni. Random lang. I posted it on Instagram, tagged Aj, TJ, and Red. And TJ commented, hey, that should be our band logo. I sent the file to Red, then drummer of Munimuni before there was Josh, and the rest is history. At kahit mawala ka pa. Now let's talk about Aqua's statement. Ang arte ng Aqua, hindi na lang cyan or sky blue. What I know about Dave is that it took him 3 tries to pass this major subject back in college. So, what Aqua said about me having to take a subject 3 times before finally passing the major subject is also true. The subject in question is transport phenomena, specifically of heat, mass, and momentum. Now wait, before you zone out, diba we learned that liquid water becomes water vapor at 100 degrees Celsius, that's the boiling point. But have you ever wondered why the droplets of water on your table disappear even though they didn't reach 100 degrees Celsius? Bam! That's magic. No, JK, that's mass transport right there. O diba, sa 3 takes ko ba naman, wala pa akong natutunan. Basta remember, failure, I should be qualified to talk about this. Failure is an event, not a person. So don't let failure define you. Let us now listen to what Orange said a while ago. Dave is super cool, man. He even tried skydiving for free. What Orange said about me skydiving for free is also true. In 2016, I won this all-expense-paid 80-day trip around the Philippines. And one of the destinations was Cebu. And one of the highlights of Cebu is Bantayan Island, where one of the main tourist attractions is skydiving. You know, I never imagined myself skydiving, ever. About a month before the Cebu trip, there was cliff diving in La Union, and it took me so long before finally deciding to jump off that cliff. So long. Now this skydiving, this was what, 1,000 times higher? And here's what it looked like. No, here's what I sounded like. So yes, Orange was telling the truth. So now we're left with yellow or green. Sino ang impostor? Okay, sino gusto niyo unahin? Si yellow? Si green? O sige, si yellow. Here's a recap of what yellow said. Yo, eto talaga, not everybody knows this, but Dave owns a pair of Spider-Man underwear. Okay, here's the thing. I love Spider-Man. He's one of the first comic book superheroes that I've read when I was a kid. But I love DC more than Marvel. Yes, DC lang malakas! And what I have aren't Spider-Man boxers, but Batman boxers. So yes, yellow is the imposter. If you got it right, comment below. So you might be thinking, wait, Dave, are you saying green was telling the truth and you were almost arrested in another country? Yes, that's right. Okay, so earlier in 2014, before I doodled the Munimuni logo, there was this competition hosted by a famous energy drink, which I'm not naming because I'm not sponsored. Wow, pa-mysterious pa. And this competition was almost like the Amazing Race across Europe. Yes, Europe. Europa. The difference was that there were 100 teams from all over the world with only one team representing the Philippines. Nax. And it was up to each team to decide which of the checkpoints spread out across Europe they were going to finish. And the biggest catch, we have to do all of this. We have to finish 6 out of all the checkpoints across Europe without any money. Walang pera. Mula nada. Mula. Long story short, napadpad kami sa Venice, and somehow we needed to go to Milan. We tried hitchhiking, which was what we did for almost the entire trip. But man, it was impossible. We checked the train ticket prices from Venice to Milan, and we needed 30 euros each. That's about 5,000 pesos for the 3 of us. And sino namang stranger yung magbibigay ng 5,000 pesos to a random stranger? It was impossible. Okay, so here's a quick context of a train ride in Italy. You buy a ticket, you ride the train, and during the train ride, the inspector checks your ticket. Now, here's what we did. Disclaimer, this was back in 2014. We were younger, we were desperate, and we thought it was our best option. Okay, so we rode the train, tapos diretso kami sa CR, tapos nilock namin yung CR, at nagtago kami doon. Every now and then, someone would knock on the door and one of us would say, "Un momento, per favore." Sabay flush ng toilet. And that worked. Until, after about 2 or 3 stations, the inspector finally opens the door from the outside. And imagine the shock on his face when he sees 3 Asian dudes hiding in the comfort room. We tried to explain that, sir, we're part of this competition, and he'd brush us off, and he'd say, no inglese. Now, I didn't speak a lot of Italian, but I'm pretty sure that means no English. So, edi naglabas siya ng calculator, type ng numbers. Tapos, man, 124 euros daw. Mga 7,000 pesos yun. Saan kami kukuha ng ganung pera? At eto pa. Narinig namin siya magsabi ng politsya. Now, Again, I don't know a lot of Italian, but I'm pretty sure that means police. So of course, pinababa niya kami sa next station, which was Verona Porta Nuova. Thankfully, they were kind enough to let us off the hook. So kids, you might not be so lucky when you do this, so don't do this. Kaya almost arrested lang. Doon din namin sa next station naisip na, hey, meron palang strategy na mas legal. But that's a story for another video. Hehehehe. So there you go. Those are the 4 truths and 1 lie about me. Let me know in the comments if you got it right or wrong, and which one was the most convincing. And if you want to hear more of me, my stories, or my useless trivia, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, this is Dave reminding you that behind every useless trivia, ang hirap naman hanapan ng rhyme, Bolivia. Behind every useless trivia, Miss Bolivia! Ha 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 ha, funny ko doon. Pero di nga, this is Dave reminding you that what may be useless now may be useful later on. Ha! That's it for this video. See you next week. Thanks for watching. Four truths, 1 lie. Among Us edition.